There it is, Coyote, Camden Park, one of the last great trolley parks in America, built all the way back in 1903. Can you believe that? Talk about history! Time for a legal U-turn. Golly, I've been waiting to come here forever. I can't wait to ride the bumper cars, the tilt-a-whirl, the Big Dipper. This is going to be a perfect day.
Hillbilly Hotdogs. Hillbilly Hotdogs is a roadside hot dog stand and tourist attraction located near Huntington, West Virginia, known for gourmet hot dogs and hamburgers. Perfect. I can call that location or get directions to it. What would you like me to do? Getting directions to Hillbilly Hotdogs.
Well, hey there, folks. Today on Road Chippin', I'm taking you to a place that's more than an amusement park. It's a West Virginia institution. A place where generations have laughed, screamed, and eaten more funnel cake than they care to admit. It's a little magical corner of Huntington called Camden Park, and if you grew up nearby, you already know it's a very special place, and more importantly, it's yours. Now, Camden Park opened way back in 1903. That's right, over 120 years ago. Originally, it was just a picnic area along the Chesapeake and Ohio Railway. Travelers would hop off the train to stretch their legs, enjoy a sandwich under the trees, and maybe even flirt a little. It was peaceful and simple until someone got the idea to add a carousel, and then a dance hall, and then, well, you know, the rest is history. Before long, Camden Park evolved into a full-blown amusement park, and while it's not the biggest or flashiest, it's got something a lot of big parks just don't have: heart. A whole lot of it. Now, you won't find futuristic roller coasters with smoke machines and laser shows here. What you will find is the Big Dipper, a good old wooden coaster built in 1958. It's still clacking and cracking all the way up the first hill like it's got something to prove. And when you hit that first drop, well, golly, you'll discover what gravity's all about again. And then there's the haunted house. Now, I like a good scare, and I've been through my fair share of haunted rides, but this one's special. It's not scary in the modern sense. No actors in scream masks or animatronics popping out of the floor. Nope. Camden's version is old school. Spooky music, cobwebs, some wiggly skeletons, and the undeniable scent of plywood and mystery. It's a throwback to a simpler and more innocent time when a little bit of spooky and your imagination was enough for a fun little scare. But what really hit me wasn't just the rides, it was the people. I spent some time chatting with the folks who work here, and let me tell you, the park means everything to them. Many started coming as kids and now spend their summers keeping the place alive. It's not just a job, it's a legacy. And it's not just sentimental, it's economic. You see, for a lot of West Virginians, trips to places like Cedar Point and Kings Island just weren't in the budget. But Camden Park? Camden was local and affordable. It was where birthday parties happened, first dates bloomed, and the school field trips felt like the Super Bowl. It was their vacation, close to home, but just far enough to make it feel like an adventure. As the coal industry slowly declined and the state faced its economic downturn, many families couldn't afford big summer getaways. But every year, many had saved up enough for one day at Camden. And that one day, it carried them through the whole season. That's the power of this place. And because Camden brought that joy to so many, it has earned a special place in the hearts of the community like few other things ever have. Camden Park is woven into the fabric of this community. When you meet someone from Huntington or the nearby towns, you don't ask if they've been to Camden Park, you ask when. And they'll tell you about riding the tilt-a-whirl until they couldn't walk straight, or winning a giant stuffed banana that they still have in the attic. Camden's got its quirks, sure. Some paint's peeling, the games are a little creaky, and the prize counter looks like it hasn't changed since 1983. But you know what? That's the charm, my friends. That's the history. The kind you just don't touch. The kind you feel. And the food? Ooh, you haven't lived until you've had Camden's legendary Midway pizza. It's cheesy, greasy, and is most likely not doctor recommended. But it tastes like pure nostalgia. Wash it down with a paper cup of fountain Coke and boom, you're 10 years old again. There's something deeply human about Camden Park. It's not trying to be anything it's not. It's a place where time moves just a little slower, where folks still wave hello, and where joy comes easy. No VR goggles required. So whether you're here for your first visit or your 100th, Camden Park doesn't just give you memories, it reminds you of them. And in this fast-paced world, that's a gift worth hanging on to. Now that you've gotten to know how Camden Park landed on the map and in our hearts, let's check out how closely it matches the Fallout 76 version and get our game on. Starting with the main entrance. Notice that the structure's a little wider in the real world, and notice the metal people dividers. They're an exact in-game match. Come on, let's hit the midway and see how close that matches. Aw, I was hoping to run into Fuzzy Brenda. Must be on her break. But anyway, you can see that stepping onto the midway, you'll recognize the in-game locations immediately. To the right, you'll see the part of the park where you'll find some rides and dining areas, and to the left, the path to the arcade, the haunted house, and some of the major rides. Let's get a closer look. Come on, follow me. Just after passing the haunted house, you'll come to a walkway off the midway where you'll spot some familiar rides that are really close to the in-game versions. Behind me here, you'll see the paratrooper and the slingshot. In the game, we definitely have similar spinning rides and a carousel. They are in the exact same spots directly across from the roller coaster, the park's most recognizable feature both in the real world and in the game. And let me tell you, it's one of the most perfect in-game matches here. Let me show you what I mean. Just look at how everything matches up from the real world to the in-game world so perfectly. The Big Dipper here is faithfully represented in every detail and is the exact same design. The nearby rides are in the same locations, and the maintenance buildings are faithfully represented as well. I love little details like this. Look at how exact the designers got the interior space of the Big Dipper. Sure, the grass is a little greener and certainly more well kept in the real world, but notice how exact the structure and the open space is here. It matches the in-game model. It's fantastic. Now toward the back of the park, just past the Big Dipper, and nearby the dining area, you'll spot the employee's office. Now mind you, it's an employees-only area, so be sure to respect their privacy. But I wanted to give you guys a glimpse of it from the outside, because, as you can see, it's an exact match and in the exact same location as it is in the game. The only thing missing is the sparking, smoking robot. But anyway, if you get hired to work here, this is where you'll go to get your awesome uniform. For us Wastelanders, it's where we go to get our hot dog vendor uniform. Pretty neat, huh? That's about as close to a scorch as I want to get in the real world. Moving on. Across the street from the park, you can find the actual spot you land in when fast traveling to Camden Park in the game. The view from here in the real world is very similar. You can see the parking lot, the pavilion, the bumper car enclosure, the main gate, and the Big Dipper, all of which are visible as you approach the park from the same spot in the real world as well. Great job, designers! You can get a similar scope from the parking lot itself and see just how faithfully represented most of the real-world buildings and rides are in the game. It's awesome. And finally, here's the iconic Camden Park sign that cheerfully welcomes one and all. In the real world, this sign's shape, colors, and detail are exact. But the main difference is that in the real world, the sign prominently features the park mascot, Happy Clown, as opposed to our very own Mr. Fuzzy. But other than that, it's an exact match and gives Camden Park a place in video game history forever. Well, I hope you've enjoyed your visit. I guess I better get some pizza for Coyote, so this place will always be special for her, too. Coyote? Coyote? Oh, not again. Oh, my phone. Hillbilly Hotdogs? 27 miles? Oh. All right, y'all. If you're riding down Route 2 near Lee Sage, West Virginia, and suddenly feel the pull of something wild in your gut, it's either fate or the smell of chili. Because up ahead, behind a picket fence made of license plates and garden gnomes, lies one of America's most outrageous, scrappy, and beloved eateries, Hillbilly Hotdogs. Now don't let the name fool you. This place is serious about fun. Hillbilly Hotdogs was founded in 1999 by Sonny and Sherry Knight, a husband and wife duo with a dream. Serve massive, ridiculous hot dogs in the quirkiest roadside joint imaginable. And boy, did they nail it. From the moment you step out of your car, it's a sensory overload. There's a school bus turned into a dining room, bathtubs and outhouses being used as plant holders, signs like "We got weenies" and "Marry me at the Weenie Wedding Chapel." You half expect a banjo to start playing in the distance. And honestly, sometimes it does. But let's talk food, because that's what really makes this place legendary. Their crown jewel is the Homewrecker hot dog, a 15-inch, 1-pound weenie of challenge, buried under an avalanche of toppings: jalapenos, onions, cheese, chili, lettuce, tomato, mustard, and slaw. And maybe your hopes and dreams too. If you finish it under 12 minutes, you get your name on the Wall of Fame, and possibly a Tums sponsorship. And if that's too much, no worries. There's the Thundering Herd Dog, an all-beef hot dog in habanero sauce, nacho cheese, chili sauce, jalapenos, diced onions, and coleslaw. Or how about the West Virginia dog, smothered in chili and slaw? And then there's the Snuffy Dog, the Buckeye Dog, the UK Wildcat, the Pizza Dog, the Mothman Dog, the Coal Miner, and a whole bunch more. Each one a taste sensation. And if you're up for dessert, try the Nanner, a massive and delicious take on the classic banana split sundae. It's awesome. But Hillbilly Hotdogs isn't just big food and big laughs. It's big heart too. Sonny and Sherry started this place as a kind of love letter to each other, and to the joy of feeding folks something unforgettable. They host weddings right on site in their backyard chapel, where folks tie the knot in overalls under a sign that says, "We relish the thought of you two catching up." They've been featured on Guy Fieri's Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, Man vs. Food, and dozens of travel blogs and YouTube road trip channels. But no matter how much fame they've found, they've kept things simple. Homemade recipes, warm welcomes, and a sense of humor you can taste in every bite. The walls, if you can call them walls, are covered in names, love notes, and signatures from around the world. People come from every state and dozens of countries just to experience the chaos, the comfort food, and the Appalachian hospitality that Hillbilly Hotdogs serves up with pride. There's a sort of magic in places like this. They're unapologetically themselves. They don't polish or filter. They let the oddball stuff shine, and that, honestly, whether it's the jalapeno top chili dog or the hand-scrawled sign that says crushing pop cans is so depressing, is what makes this place unforgettable. For folks around here, it's more than just a roadside stop. It's a piece of home, a reminder that good food and good company don't need to be fancy. They just need to be real. So the next time you find yourself out in Lee Sage, don't just pass by, pull over, walk into that school bus, order something brave, and take a seat next to someone you've never met, because at Hillbilly Hotdogs, like so much of West Virginia, everyone is family. Well, how's that for a wacky place to visit? And as we know, the Fallout world certainly has its share of zany, quirky locations. Let's take another look at Hillbilly Hotdogs and see just how close the in-game designers got it. The first thing we'll compare is the iconic sign. Now in the game, the sign reads Hillfolk rather than Hillbilly, but check it out. Other than that, it's exactly the same, and certainly one of the things that makes this a great game location to visit in the real world. Now you will immediately notice that in the game it's facing the opposite direction, but that's because the entire in-game site is on the opposite side of the road to its real-world counterpart. Not sure why that is, but it accounts for the location being a mirror image of its real-world version, where everything is on the opposite side. Let's head in and see what else matches up. In the game, the first structure you see is the bus/restaurant with a boat on top. In the real world, the boat has been replaced by an outdoor dining deck. But that wasn't always the case. The boat was indeed here several years ago, and as you can see, it was an exact in-game match. Now there is a boat out front now, and it's a roadside sign. And check out this van. How's that for a roadside sign? That will certainly grab your attention. Now it's not in the game, but boy oh boy would they have been hard-pressed to include everything you see when you visit this place. We're talking thousands of decorations. No camp budget could handle all the stuff you're going to see here. I mean, just look at it. There's decorations everywhere and tons of things are signed with autographs. They're all over the place, from one corner of the property to the other and everywhere in between. It's just one more thing that makes eating here such a memorable and fun experience. And speaking of eating, anyone up for some fresh Radstag? Gosh, I wonder if that was the inspiration for this giddy-up buttercup we see here in front of the dining bus. Could be. And speaking of the dining bus, check it out. The one I'm in here is the original one, but there are actually several to dine in now. But check out how faithfully the game designers emulated it in the game. The diner booths and tables are pretty close to what you see and use in the main dining bus in the real world, and little details like this radio here and the salt and pepper shakers bring it to life. Now the real world version of Hillbilly Hotdogs has a lot more to explore and tons more decorations and quirky things to take in that are in the game, but that makes sense for this location. The awesome wedding chapel is just steps down from the dining bus. In the game, there's a trailer in the same location. Though it doesn't seem to have anything in or around it that would suggest it to be a wedding chapel in the game, it is certainly in the same location to its real-world counterpart, so I'm going to say they're one and the same. And while you're checking out the wedding chapel, take some time to read the love notes and messages left by many travelers, not to mention newlyweds who have visited this one-of-a-kind mecca of matrimony. Well, now that you've gotten to see just how close Hillbilly Hotdogs matches up to our Wasteland Hillfolk hot dogs, what do you say we try an awesome hot dog for ourselves and meet some of the people who make this place so gosh darn special? Come on! Hi there!
Hi.
I'm so excited to be here. So, what's your name?
My name is Ava.
Ava. Okay,
Yes.
There's an Ava in the game, so that's cool. So I'm gonna have a non-irradiated hot dog, no
Okay.
radiation, and a Nuka-Cola.
All right, Nuka-Cola, right up.
All right. So there we are. We've ordered at Hillbilly Hotdogs. We're gonna get a car sticker and a patch, because you know me and patches. So this is awesome. So when you come in, you order your food, you can eat outside, you can eat inside. What a great place. These are going to be the best hot dogs ever. So Ava, thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right. So, and go ahead and
All right, and you know what I gotta do for that tea. Johnny's a Woody man, he has a Woody stand, he's so west, Woody trying by the Woody cherries, Woody likes she adds fresh, right? Oh, Billy Hot is here.
Packer, and I'm one of the employees here at Hillbilly Hotdogs. And Hillbilly Hotdogs is one of the best place to go to get your grub on. I promise you, we got it fried, we got it on the grill, we got it everywhere. And you can get anything you want on your dogs: jalapenos, cheese, onions, tomatoes, sour cream, you name it, we got it.
That sounds awesome. So what's your favorite hot dog?
My favorite hot dog would probably be the a la cheesy beefy weenie. It's got a slice of American cheese, nacho cheese, shredded cheese, a deep fried mac and cheese bite, which is chef's kiss, and it's got some bacon and some chili sauce.
Oh, that sounds fantastic, folks. So we're going to get a couple of those. So now, do you know that this is a Fallout game location?
I did know that it was a Fallout game location. I am not I mean, I am a fan of Fallout, but I don't play personally. But my brother and my boyfriend do both play Fallout, and they love it very much.
And they come here, I bet, every day.
Yes, they do. They come here all the time.
But they don't get hot dogs as good as what you're serving.
Oh, never.
Awesome. So, what's your favorite part about working here?
My favorite part is probably how it feels like a family. We all kind of just get along with one another. If I need one of them, I can give them a phone call up. I can be like, hey, I need you. And they'll be like, I'm on my way. I'm on my way. And that's probably my favorite part, is the fact that I built a family here.
That is awesome. And by the way, everywhere where we go in West Virginia, that's what we hear from people. It's about community, it's about family, and as we walk around here, we see that. Everybody's just mingling and talking and having fun and enjoying delicious hot dogs. So another fantastic example of West Virginia. So I can't thank you enough, and thank you for letting us come.
Anything I could do for y'all.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Of course, and you're very welcome, and thank you all for coming.
Oh, thank
We're
you.
glad you're here.
And I'm so happy.